Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Don't want to sound like a broken record. Another crappy day today. I can't remember when we had a good day. I don't think we've had a good day in all of May. Um, there's an old saying, sell in May and go away. Uh, that's the way it seems to have been, but I'd be happy if I knew that when we're done with May, we're going to start seeing regular markets again. But I'm just very pessimistic about this, and I haven't seen anything quite this bad in a long, long time. Anyway, um, you're looking at the Dow here, from here to here. I have said in the last few days that this whole thing, this sell off here, we got this bounce starting, I think, Thursday last week, and this 1, 2, 3, 4 days starting Thursday, and today was Tuesday. This is all a dead cat bounce. In other words, it's got no life to it as far as a recovery from this big sell off that we had. And particularly noticed the sell off the last 15 minutes today. I think this thing is going lower. I think it's, I hate to say it. I think that this looks to me like a setup for a crash. I don't have much faith at all in the stock market right now. And I think that's why we're having all these troubles. It's just nothing, nothing will take off. They just sell everything that goes up. And I think it may be a setup for a crash. That's my opinion. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but it would not surprise me if stocks really fell out of bed in a bad way. And that might even be a healthy thing for us, believe it or not, because we're not, we don't get heavily exposed, and we certainly don't hang on to much. I am not heavily exposed now. I just, you want my advice? Be very wary of these markets right now. They are not acting the way they should, and I think there's so much going on right now with the government and the world and everything else. I just really think we have a potential unstable situation here, and I would not be putting all my money in the stock market right now. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying I know a great deal, but I do not like the feel of these stocks. They just seem really, really weak. And the only big moves seem to be downside. They don't have any big moves to the upside, hardly at all. Anyway, okay, so what happened today? We had 6 positions coming in. We had almost $11,000 in open trade from yesterday, and yeah, the whack-a-moles came in there. At least they didn't drive us negative, but we saw that $11,000 driven down to $6,000 when we finally got out. Almost halved our profits that we had in from open trade yesterday. But that isn't the worst part of it. The worst part of it came today. We just bought like crazy today. Bought, bought, and bought, and we ended up in 23 positions. And at one point, only 2 hours after the open, around then, I took a screenshot of it. With those 23 positions, we were up $25,000 very briefly, but we were up to $25,000 positive. And that's the way it's supposed to go on a good day. You know, we saw a lot of that for well over a year. And that's just a good day. 23 positions and up $25,000. Sometimes even a lot more. But today we actually were up $25,000 on 23 positions. We closed those today, and we have 7 positive positions and 16 negative positions, and we are negative almost $8,000. So we saw $25,000 in profit go to negative almost $8,000 today. So that's a swing difference of $33,000 in a few hours. And that's the way this stock market is going. And I have just no confidence in it. I know we will have days like that once in a while, but it's just consistently going that way now. All the movement is down. There's no movement in rising equity. There's only movement in downside equity for us. But I think it's for a lot of people. And I even think it's going that way for the hedge funds managers. And the problem is when the hedge funds managers start losing money, they start cheating and stealing, and it just makes the whole system impossible to work with. And that's the way I'm feeling right now. I'm not in this full bore at all anymore. I'm being very, very careful, and particularly with my customers' money. And I would suggest you be careful too. I don't like this stock market at all. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned the Dow ended up, after opening positive, it ended up down 267 points. I think that's pretty wild compared to what it could do. I don't even want to say what I think it could do, but yeah, it could be really bloody if this thing goes into crash mode, because I think particularly what we've seen since March or so, it's all fake. It's hot air, and they start letting that hot air out, this thing could really fall very, very rapidly. I don't like it. It smells. It really smells. I'll show you just a couple stocks. This is absolutely the best thing we had today, and without this, we got out with $6,000 in profit with our closed out positions on those 6 positions today, and this was the only thing that kept us above water. Without this, we would have been negative in that also. But anyway, this is JNUG, gold mining bull, and we had bought this on Friday, and then yesterday it really screamed. That kept us in, and then we got out today. We got out with $7,600, and that's how we managed to bring our closed out trades today up to $6,000 in profit, as opposed to being negative, because the other 5 positions pretty much stunk. But note that even this trade had its problems, and that's to say, when our best trade still has problems, that's when we have problems. And JNUG opened probably up pretty close to $10,000 there at its top. Could we get out there? Could we have a trade that gets out? No, it's got to come down. So even though it was a great trade today, we still, where we got out there was almost a low tick of the day. It comes down there, we get out, and then the market starts to recover as soon as we get out. So it's just like, hey, Nothing's going to go good for us. Nothing's going to go good for us. Most of the stuff was like this, and this is Labu, Labu, which is the um, biotech bull, and it popped up here. We got the breakout. We got in, and then we had profits for an hour or two this morning, and then it started to sink and sink, and then it sold off this last 15 minutes along with the Dow, and we're down like $2,500 in Labu. God knows what it's going to do tomorrow, but and $2,500 is no big deal. But we have 16 negative positions. That's the thing. We're negative almost $8,000 with 23 positions, and this all goes south. That could just be a bloodbath tomorrow. It could be a bloodbath, and this is the kind of stuff we're looking at in most of those negative 16 positions. So I'm sorry to sound so pessimistic, but I'm just totally disgusted with these stocks, and nothing is working right. Anyway, that's the way it went. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Wednesday.